Yo, what's up YouTube? This is Mike Waters, Phase One Sports here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So today we're going into a dynamic lower body program. So athletes that are looking to be more explosive, actually generate more speed. This is going to be your strength and conditioning program that's going to help you do that. So pay attention to your form. Remember, it's not about the weight, it's about your functional movement, staying controlled, balanced, and keeping great technique throughout the entire exercise. So let's get right into it. Let's go to work. So let's get right into our first exercise, which is going to be a speed squat. So remember, even though we have the word speed, it's not just about being out of control. You have to have nice controlled movements. And you see, we're going to use the bench. So we have a speed bench squat. So that way you have a landmark, and we're not going to sit on the bench. It's just a light tap, explosive movement for 6 reps. So this first exercise is going to be 5 sets of 6 reps, keeping it nice and explosive. So remember, it's not about how much weight is on the bar, because you have to be able to move it fast and controlled. So let's get right into the first exercise. So exercise number 2 is going to be a barbell reverse lunge into a dynamic knee drive. So when we drive that knee, here's some key points. We want to make sure that foot is dorsiflex, so that way we activate everything through our hip flexor all the way through that top movement. So now we also want to stop between, nice and stable, between each exercise, so that way our core is engaged and everything stays tight. And remember, this is about balance. So you'll feel it once you lift on that single leg. You should be able to hold that position for at least a second in order to make sure you're stable and activate your core. So if you can't do it, then make sure you lighten the weight. And if you're a beginner, you may even want to do this exercise with no weight at all. So don't be afraid to just drop the weight and just get the technique and then progress back. So we're going to go into our barbell reverse lunge with dynamic knee drive. Let's get it. Alright, so exercise number 3 is going to be our barbell hip thrusters. So this is one of my favorite exercises because I'm big on posterior chain and glute activation. So we want to make sure we're nice and balanced when we set up this exercise. Nice controlled eccentric load, and then we're going to go boom, explode into the concentric and squeeze at the top. So once again, it's not about the weight, it's about the functional movement. So make sure your movement is nice and controlled, explode at the top, control your bar. So remember, lighten the weight if you need to, progress into the exercise, because we're working on speed and explosiveness. So it has to be controlled. It's not about a lot of work and a lot of weight, it's about smooth, controlled movements. And once again, we're gonna execute 5 sets of 6 reps, nice and controlled. And remember, rest. 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes between sets. Take your time. Work explosive through your move and then fully recover to be prepared for your next set. And let's get it done. exercise is gonna be a barbell RDL. So on this one, my goal is not to go too deep into this. So I want to basically a nice hip hinge, and I want the bar to drop about 2.5, 3 inches below my knee, a nice controlled movement, and then we're gonna explode all the way through the hips. So once again, don't worry about the weight, worry about your form, your technique, and your explosiveness. Controlled movement, squeeze your glutes at the top, control down for our barbell RDL. So let's get right into it. You just gotta do his part.
If he wants it, he stays in it minimum. All right, now 3.
Take it to there. All right, so now we're gonna transition and we're actually gonna go to a machine. This is actually one of my favorite machines. We use the Rogue here, but we're going into a lying leg curl. But we're gonna keep it a little bit more dynamic. So here's what we got. We're starting with single leg curl. So we're gonna go 6 reps on your right leg, 6 reps on your left, and then we're gonna up the weight, and then we're gonna finish with 6 nice controlled tempo, a little bit faster than your normal tempo, just so we can make sure we have that full activation throughout your hamstring, and we strengthen to help us generate more speed and more explosive power. So let's get right into our machine leg curls. All right, so we made it to the last exercise in this program. This is gonna be your broad jumps. So, or we just call them bounds. But the goal is this, stay nice and square. And these are gonna be individual jumps. I don't want you just rapid fire for 6 jumps. I want nice controlled explosion and nice controlled landing. I'm gonna use the medicine ball, but you don't have to. You can start with just your body weight to make sure you're controlled, make sure you're controlling your landing, and making sure you're getting a nice explosion. If you are gonna use the medicine ball, don't go too heavy. It's not about weighing you down, it's about staying explosive and adding just enough resistance to be able to make a difference. So this is gonna be our last exercise of the day. So now that we are done, hopefully you enjoyed the explosive training program. And remember, I love strength training, but for athletes, we have to train a little bit different. It's not a bodybuilding program. We're not isolating muscle groups too often. What we're doing is creating overall explosive power so you could be a better athlete and perform at a higher level. So this program can be basic, but it also could be for your elite, high-level pro, college, NFL, NBA athletes that are looking to generate more power and want an organized program. So when you do the program, focus on your technique, focus on your form, don't worry about the weight, make it progressive. You can do this program once a week for between 4 and 6 weeks, and you'll definitely see some muscle adaptation. So get the results out of it. Don't waste it, don't just watch it, do it. You know, that's my motto on YouTube. Matter of fact, make sure you subscribe. Tag a friend, tag your workout partner, share the video. Let's get it out there, let's get the work done. Tag me, I'll repost it. Let's keep it going. If you're not already following me on Instagram, it's IamPhase1. On IG, Facebook, Phase One Sports, YouTube, subscribe. I mean, we're here and we're trying to give you quality workouts that generate results. Not just fancy, not just cool, but actual results. Same stuff that I use here at Phase One with my elite level athletes. And I've been doing this almost 17 years. So you got a program, get to work, let's do it, and I'll see you on the next one.